Today we are doing a lower body, no equipment, beginner friendly, 40 plus friendly workout for you that you can do in the comfort of your own home. Same format that we've been doing before. You've got 4 exercises. You're going to do 40 seconds of each of those exercises with a 20-second rest in between, and we're going to repeat that 4 times. As always, I have the timer, so you don't need to worry about that. Before we get started, we are going to do a warm up. So you are going to take that head to one side there for me. Take a deep breath. You've made it. Other side. From there, you're going to take one arm all the way back, big circle with that one arm. Taking that arm all the way forward. Perfect. Other side. Same arm going forward, I just hit the emergency pull. From there, you're going to take one leg out to the side, pushing that hip all the way back, getting a nice stretch to the inside that straight leg. Other side. Then coming up onto one foot or taking a seat if you want to, taking ankle across the knee, sitting the hips all the way down. Other side. From there, you're going to place feet flat on the floor, or you can stay seated and straighten out the legs, and you're going to reach all the way down to the toes to stretch out through the back of the legs. We do have some hamstring work today. Our first move of the day, you're going to have the feet really wide in a sumo squat position, way outside of shoulders and hips, turning the toes out slightly. You're going to come into that sumo squat position. If you can, when you hit the bottom, you're going to tap that hand on the floor, come back up. Coming back into that sumo squat position, this time other hand taps the floor, okay? That's going to dictate how low you go. If you can, you're trying to get the hips in line with the knees. If you can't, you're just going to come as far as feels comfortable, tap towards the floor. We're going to do 40 seconds there. 3, 2, and 1. From here, taking down into that squat, tapping that floor. You don't have to have the hands at the chest. You can have them at the hips if you prefer, tapping down from here. Making sure knees are tracking over second and third toe, and you're really sitting the hips back and down. You've got about 10 more seconds here for me. 3, 2, last one. Perfect. Staying standing for me. This time you're going to have the feet really narrow, so they're under the hips. You're going to have a soft bend in the knees, but mostly this bend comes from the hips. Hands are either across the shoulder, or you can have them at the hips, and you're going to hinge over, bringing that chest to face the floor for that good morning, and then you're coming back up. It's called a good morning. So you're pushing the hips all the way back. Chest faces the floor, coming back up. 3, 2, and 1. I was late. So at the bottom of that good morning, you do want to feel it down the hamstrings and then come back up. Like I said, the knees are soft, they're not locked. Hinging all the way over. Keeping shoulder blades back and down. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Staying standing. Again, feet are hip width apart. We're going to do alternating curtsy lunges. So you take one foot back on the angle, and then you bend both knees, still keeping hips facing forward, getting the outside of that glue. All right, alternating sides for me there. You've got about 3, 2, and 1. You're going to take that foot on the angle and then coming up other side. You are pushing through the front heel, okay? The toe at the back is just for a bit of stability. Most of the weight stays on that front leg. Remember, taking that foot back behind you. You don't have to go so low. You can make this a smaller move and just give me a kind of a micro curtsy. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Coming to lying down for me. You're gonna have feet hip width apart, I should say. Knees are bent, feet are flat on the floor. You're gonna tuck that pelvis under. And you've got two options. You can either give me a regular hip bridge, or at the top of that hip bridge, keep the hips there, and you're gonna march on the spot there for me. 3, 2, 1. I'll show you the marching, but remember your other option is to keep both feet flat on the floor and give me a regular hip bridge up and down. This is our last move in our circuit, and then we're gonna head back and repeat that 3 more times. Pushing through that heel if you are marching with me. Keeping pelvis tucked under. This is not about how high you get the hips. You still wanna keep the pelvis scooped under. 10 more seconds here, team. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Grab a sip of water whenever you need to. We're gonna head back to those sumo squats. Feet coming wide, toes slightly turned out for that sumo squat. 3, 2, 1, here. Remember, sitting the butt back and down, bending through the knees and the hips. Keeping that chest proud, trying not to collapse too far forward, keeping the chest up. Halfway. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Those good mornings. I'll show you from the front this time. So feet are narrow. Chest is proud, hands are either at the hips or across the shoulders. Shoulder blades back and down, hinging from that hip, keeping the knees soft but not bent. The hinge comes from the hips. 3, 2, 1. Shift the hips back and then come back up. So in this workout, you get a nice bit of hip flexion. You get a nice bit of hip hinging, which is what we're doing right now. So we've got some pushing, some pulling. We've got some curtsy lunges working the side of the butt. And we've got some hip extension too. My hair is annoying me today. 5 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. We've got those curtsy lunges. Side to side, alternating sides, I should say. Remember, keep that chest upright. You don't want to come too low, and you want to keep the hips facing forward. All right, 10 seconds. I keep my hands at my hips just because that helps me guide the hips forward rather than turning the hips in that curtsy lunge. All right, 3, 2, 1. Most of the weight in this front leg. Remember, we are alternating sides. Halfway. Pushing through that front heel. Take that foot back on the angle. Okay, it's not a regular lunge. 3, 2, 1. Coming to lying down. I'll show you from this side. You're gonna have feet hip width apart. I'm gonna show you the other option this time, which is just regular hip bridges. So you really scoop that pelvis under. Label of the pants is trying to touch the mat, and you're pushing through the heels and the big toe to lift the hips. 3, 2, 1. From here, scoop the pelvis under, lift the hips, back down. This is not about how high you get the hips, and I still want you to keep that posterior pelvic tilt, which basically means scooping that pelvis under. You want to feel this in the glutes, maybe in the hamstrings a little bit. You got about 5 more seconds here, team. 3, 2, 1. I actually really felt that in my glutes. All right, 2 rounds down, you got 2 to go. Back in for that sumo squat, toes slightly turned out. 3, 2, 1. Hips down, back up. The reason we turn the toes out is to give us a little bit more space to come down into that really deep squat. Fifteen more seconds here. Three, 2, 1. Perfect. Back for those good mornings. So like I said, feet are narrow. Feels a bit weird because normally when we do a deadlift, we want our feet kind of shoulder width apart. This time we do want the feet narrower and not bending too much. Hands at the shoulders, nope, at the hips. Shoulder blades back and down, that's what I wanted to say. 3, 2, 1. Sometimes I encourage folk to pop their fingertips at their hips because that just encourages us to hinge from that hip. Like I said, we are pushing the hips back, not locking the knees too much, but mainly keeping them quite straight to feel it down the back of the legs. One more. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Those curtsy lunges. I will show you from the side. I think that might be helpful. I'm going to show you from the side just so you can see the angle that I take with the foot, all right? You've got about 10 seconds. I'm getting sweaty. It's a hot day here today. All right, team. 3, 2, 1. Foot goes on the angle, bend through that front leg and the back leg. Push through that front leg as you come up. So push through this foot to feel it in that side of the glute. Keep the hips facing forward. You got about 10 more seconds here. So I don't want you to turn the hips, okay? When you fell over, you're gonna keep the hips facing forward. 3, 2, 1. Coming back to lying down. I will show you the hip bridge march again this time. All right, so from this side. Three, 2, 1. So peel that spine up. Pelvis is tucked, then lift one foot, then the other side. So we are marching in that hip bridge position. Really trying to push through that heel and that big toe as you step onto that foot. You want to feel this in the glutes, not the lower back. Five seconds here, then we've got one more round. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We've got one more round of that. Team, 10 seconds. Remember, you can grab that sip of water, pause me whenever you need to, and come right back to it. All right, last time here. Toes turned out for that sumo squat with that floor tap. Actually, I'm going to show you from the side. 3, 2, 1. Here. Hips down, back up. Really push the hips back and down, knees out wide, halfway. Ten seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Last time, those good mornings. All right, from the side again. Feet are shoulder width apart. Hands at the shoulders, hands at the hips. Knees are soft, shoulder blades back and down. Last time here. Hinging over, feeling it in the back of the legs. 3, 2, 1. So you're kind of coming into a bit of a right angle L shape. L for Laura, obviously. Oh, I can feel a breeze. You don't want to shift too far back. You still want to keep weight in the big heels and the big toes. The big toes and the heels. That's what I meant to say. Give me one more here. This is our last time here. 3, 2, 1. Nice. Last time, curtsy lunges. Again, pushing through that heel and big toe of the front foot, okay? Oh, she's sweaty today. 10 more seconds, and then we're gonna finish off those curtsy lunges and those hip bridges. All right, 3, 2, and 1. Last time here. Pushing through, front heel, big toe stays down. Hips stay square to the front, wherever you're facing. You really want minimal weight on that back foot. It is just there for a bit of stability. Ten more seconds. One more the other side to even it out. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. We're going to do it one more time in that hip bridge variation, whichever one you're taking, either feet flat on the floor and lifting the hips up and down, or you're giving me that marching option, which is what I'm going to show you. All right. Pelvis tuck, non-negotiable. Label of the pants trying to hit the mat, pushing through the heels and big toe. Let's go. Hips up. And if you're with me, you're marching here. Trying not to tick-tock the hips too much. Try and keep them square to the ceiling or the sky, wherever you're looking. You got about 5 more seconds, team. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. We are in prime position to take that ankle across the knee and bring that knee into the chest. Give me 3 deep breaths here. Other side, team. Ankle across the knee. Again, this can be done seated on a chair if you prefer. Letting that heart rate come down a little bit. You're going to come up onto one knee. You're going to scoop that pelvis under, take that arm all the way up and over to get a nice stretch through that hip flexor. Keeping the knees at 90 degrees, you are just tucking that pelvis under. And then we'll do the other side. One knee, 90 degrees with both knees. Scoop the pelvis under, arm comes over the top. Really nice stretch through this hip flexor. And maybe a little bit in the quad too. I hope you enjoyed that lower body focus, no equipment workout. I'll see you next week.